Good evening and welcome to the 7 o'clock English news from the Sultan of Oman television. First, the headlines. With an investment cost of 178 million Omani riyals, the ammonia plant is inaugurated in the Governorate of Dhofar with a daily production capacity of 1,000 metric tons. The Minister of Health and Sultan Qaboos University Hospital launched a device to treat complications of bone marrow transplantation. And the Minister of Finance starts implementing the project to establish the National Register of Government Assets, OSUL. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. The global integrated energy company OQ celebrated the inauguration of the ammonia plant in the Governorate of Dhofar, which has a daily productive capacity of 1,000 metric tons with an investment cost of 178 million Omani riyals. The inauguration ceremony was held under the auspices of His Highness Sayyid Marwan bin Turki Al Said, Governor of Dhofar. Here is a report.
The ammonia plant is one of OQ's most prominent investments to supplement the government's economic diversification policies and keep pace with the objectives of Oman Vision 2040 related to maximizing the utilization of natural resources and strengthening the petrochemical industry sector and the Sultanate of Oman's exports abroad.
We celebrate the inauguration of the ammonia project under the patronage of His Highness Sayyid Marwan bin Turki Al Said, the Governor of Dhofar. This is a very strategic project for OQ and for the Sultanate of Oman. Of course, the most important part is the fact that we are utilizing and maximizing the value of the product and what we refer to as the value chain, and the importance of the energy value chain from the production of energy, whether it's crude oil or gas in this case, to transporting it, to using it for the production of methanol, and then capturing the hydrogen that gets produced in the methanol in order to create more value and added value by producing ammonia. And of course, ammonia is used in various applications, mainly of course the production of fertilizer or urea. We have successfully exported 5 shipments globally. And of course, we look forward for further utilization or maximization of the molecule itself by creating more downstream projects.
Like other strategic development projects of the group, OQ's ammonia plant in Dhofar contributes to enhancing the in-country added value. The project will also contribute in creating many jobs and training opportunities, in addition to supporting some social investment initiatives in the Governorate of Dhofar. The ammonia plant is built in line with the highest levels of operational efficiency, which reflects the efforts exerted by OQ Group to leverage the use of Omani natural resources, maximizes its benefits, and boosts the processing industries in the Sultanate of Oman.
For the first time in the Sultanate of Oman, the Ministry of Health, in cooperation with Sultan Qaboos University Hospital, launched a device to treat complications of bone marrow transplantation. The device works to treat diseases resulting from complications of bone marrow transplants and other facts of refusal of biopsy and transplanted tissues in the body. It's a non-surgical medical procedure that works to purify the blood from antibodies resulting from the body's rejection of the tissues implanted in it. The device considers a proactive step for the organ transplants program, in addition to reducing the high cost of treating patients abroad. Oman Hydrogen Company confirmed that it's working at an accelerated pace to develop and manufacture green hydrogen to reduce carbon emissions and to achieve the goals of zero carbon neutrality. More details in the following report.
They exerted governmental efforts to accelerate the development of the green hydrogen industry and economy in the Sultanate of Oman and reduced carbon emissions to achieve the goals of zero carbon neutrality. The number of companies and institutions that have registered their interest with the Oman hydrogen company Hydron has exceeded 180, including more than 50 companies that have received the qualification requirements for the first stage of the bidding process, as a number of them reached the stage of meeting the qualifications and started the bidding process, which is encouraging and in line with the initial expectations. There is currently an area estimated at 50,000 square kilometers suitable for projects distributed in the governorate of Al-Wusta, Dhofar, and some other governorates, where 2 plots of land were offered within the first batch in November of the last year, provided that agreements for Yusuf and development of projects will be signed in them by the first quarter of this year. Between 2 and 4 lands will be offered in the Dhofar Governorate for public auctions to be awarded during next December. The area of each pieces is estimated at about 320 square kilometers, with an investment value between $4 and $5 billion. In order to achieve global competitiveness, aspects of the green hydrogen sector were studied. Hydron aims to operate at least 6 projects in the green hydrogen sector by the year 2030 in the Al-Wusta and Dhofar governorates, producing at least 1 million tons annually of green hydrogen, which is equivalent to about 10 gigawatts of electrolyzer capacity and 20 gigawatts of clean energy, with an investment size of about $30 billion.
The Ministry of Finance started implementing the project to establish the National Register of Government Assets, or SOL, which aims to create an integrated central system that works on inventorying governmental assets. The registry helps to prepare a unified strategy to these assets to ensure the centralization of their management, raise their efficiency, and maximize government benefits and revenues by directing their optimal use and investment in a way that contributes to supplementing the state's general budget with additional financial resources. The first stage includes the registration of assets of the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Health, and Muscat Municipality. Still to come, a news bulletin. Activities and events of Muscat Nights Festival 2023 are revealed. Now for some international news. A regional passenger plane with 72 people on board crashed onto a gorge while landing at a newly opened airport in the resort town of Pokhara in central Nepal today, killing at least 68. The rescuers scoured the crash site near the Seti River, which is about 1.6 kilometers away from Pokhara International Airport, using ropes to pull out bodies from the wreckage, from parts of which were hanging over the edge of the gorge. Some bodies, burned beyond recognition, were carried by firefighters to hospitals where grief-stricken relatives had assembled. It was not immediately clear what caused the plane to crash. The twin-engine ATR-72 aircraft, operated by Nepal's Yeti Airlines, was flying from the capital Kathmandu to Pokhara, a 27-minute flight. Nepal Civil Aviation Authority said in a statement that the plane was carrying 68 passengers, including 15 foreign nationals, as well as 4 crew members. More than 30 people were missing after a Russian missile strike destroyed a section of an apartment building in the southern Ukrainian city of Dnipro. Rescue workers continued to work into the night, searching for people under the rubble of the building which was struck yesterday. 12 people were killed and 73 others wounded in the strike, according to the State Emergency Service of Ukraine. Workers used a crane as they tried to rescue people trapped on the apartment building's upper floors, some of whom were signaling for help with lights of their mobile phones. They brought food and warm cloths for those who had lost their homes. Ukrainian top commander Valery Zaluzhnyi said that Russia fired 33 cruise missiles overall on Saturday, of which 21 were shot down. A first-round vote to pick the next president of the Czech Republic came down to the wire yesterday night, with candidate Petr Pavel edging out former Prime Minister Andrej Babis by less than 1%. Pavel and Babis advanced to a second round of voting because none of the 8 candidates seeking the country's largest ceremonial presidency received a majority of votes in the initial round held on Friday and Saturday, with the ballots from 99.9% of the polling stations counted by the Czech Statistics Office. Pavel had 35.39% of the vote, compared with 35% of Babis. Babis and Pavel will face each other in a runoff in 2 weeks. Climate activist Greta Thunberg joined thousands of people demonstrating in the persistent rain in Germany yesterday to protest the clearance and demolition of a village in western Germany that is due to make way for the expansion of the coal mine. Addressing the mass of protesters, Thunberg questioned why the German government was allowing the advancement of coal mining. There were standoffs with police as some protesters tried to reach the edge of the mine and the village itself. Organizers said about 35,000 people took part, which police put the figure at up to 10,000 as the demonstration took place. The clearance of Lusithrath village was well advanced to operate to evict climate activists holed up in the village kicked off on Wednesday morning. The first 3 days of the operation, police said that about 470 people had left the site, 320 of them voluntarily. Lusithrath has become a cause célèbre for critics of Germany's climate efforts. Becky and the Sultan, the Air Quality Committee of the GCC countries discussed the environmental orientations of the GCC countries, the requirements of the current environmental situation, and the initiatives of the strategic plan of the Committee of Ministers responsible for environmental affairs. This came during a meeting of the committee chaired by the Sultan of Oman at the headquarters of the Consultative Authority of the Supreme Council of the GCC countries in Muscat. Muscat Municipality had a press conference today during which it announced that the activities of Muscat Nights 2023 will officially commence next Thursday, January 19th, and will conclude on February 4th, 2023. More details in the following report.
In a press conference, Muscat Municipality announced that Muscat Nights 2023 will officially start next Thursday, January 19th. The event comes as a launching pad for the activities included in the Muscat Municipality's work agenda during the current year.
I think the visitor to this event, to Muscat Nights, will experience a totally different era of big development in terms of the quality of services provided, the readiness of those locations, the different mix and blended flavors that we have in those that really match the expectation. In order to employ the technology, we have developed a QR code that contain all the details of the events, the schedule, the events, the details, the booking steps. Everything is available through this QR, and also different participants, different visitors can do their booking on arrival when they reach those four destinations.
Muscat Night 2023 will be held in 4 central locations: Al Qurum Natural Park, Al Nasim Park, Oman Automobile Association, and Oman Convention and Exhibition Center. Each site will have its schedule, special activities, and shows.
In the exhibition center, there will be more a family-oriented events that match the different categories from 18 years old up to older age. This component will have an international flavor on it. It will have some international characters, and some excitement will surprise actually the visitors with. If we go to the Nasim Park, we'll have some of it will have the cultural aspect of Oman, so visitors can go there and experience the different cultural aspects of the Omani rich heritage balance that we have. And also we'll have different components that also meet the expectation of the visitors in terms of international slides and rides. Some of those are different characters that they see in movies or they see in different shows. It will be attending there, so they will enjoy their visit. If we go to the Cars Association Center, it will be more of a gaming station, I will call it, with some competition going on, and it will be more exciting for those gamers who really up to date in terms of different aspects of this sector. And for Al Qurum Park, it's a very, I will say, very selective and unique events around the lake, the beautiful lake that we have in Qurum Park, with employing the lighting, the different 3D and other aspects of the technology that really make the place very, very welcoming and excited.
Muscat Municipality stressed that Muscat Nights 2023 stem from the deep attachment to the Omani identity, history, and people, and its commitment to the pillars of Oman Vision 2040, especially concerning people and society, supporting the economy and development, and its keenness to spread positive energy in the beloved community by creating a space that combines tradition and modernity. Muscat Night 2023, an inspiring outlook with new endeavors to bring a host of jovial activities for the public, as well as support local industries and promote domestic tourism. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Salih Khalfan al-Rahbi, Muscat.
And finally, the Minister of Health announced 19 investment projects, 11 investment opportunities, and 14 enabling initiatives that came out of the investment lab in the health sector, which was organized by the ministry with the support of the Oman Vision 2040 Implementation Follow-up Unit. The projects are distributed among the medical industries, which acquired 8 investment projects and 2 enabling initiatives, while 7 investment projects, 2 investment opportunities, and 3 enabling initiatives were allocated for the health promotion pillar. The health services pillar has 2 investment projects, 8 investment opportunities, and 5 enabling initiatives, while 2 investment projects, 1 investment opportunity, and 4 enabling initiatives were allocated for the public enablers pillar. You're watching the Sultan of Oman television. Before we enter tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. With an investment cost of 178 million Omani Riyals, the ammonia plant is inaugurated in the Governorate of Dhofar with a daily production capacity of 1,000 metric tons. The Minister of Health in Sultan Qaboos University Hospital launched a device to treat complications of bone marrow transplantation. And the Ministry of Finance starts implementing the project to establish the National Register of Government Assets, Usul. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. All of us here in the newsroom and the studios. Thanks for watching. Good night.